So on the Rory Mal podcast, Rory voiced his opinion about Drake and how he's rolling out his album, specifically with Aiden Ross. And he pointed out some reasons why he don't like it. And I got my theories on that too. Of course, seemed like Mal didn't have much to say, but you can tell he didn't agree. But Rory made some good points, but I don't think he's kind of saying the obvious. Having said that, let's get into this video.
Why is Aiden Ross the Iceman rollout?
Is Aiden Ross the Iceman rollout?
I mean, obviously they've been on stream together because of the stake relationship and everything that they've been doing, but he had mentioned that Drake had sent him Iceman already, and he was like, yeah, shit, cool. And I could even see it in Drake's face of like, yo, I sent you the album, and with the platform you have, that's your reaction. Like,
yeah, but that's
fucking
that's not a rollout though. You said that he's the rollout.
No, I'm just saying, well, yes, it is. It is part of the rollout. Let's call it for what it is. Of course it is. His relationship with Aiden, whether it be genuine or because of common business interests, Aiden is a big part of anytime Drake speaks. And
yeah, and I'll say this. Look, regardless of the beef that Drake might have with some American artists, you would think he would still have good enough relationships with other American artists that he would be able to collab, or not even just artists, but people in the media. Hey, look, man, you got Mal, you got academics, you have a few other platforms that he could be using. I don't know so much if it would be like a Black Boy Max or Kai Cenat, which is what Rory's going to get into. But you would think if Drake was trying to ingratiate himself more to that audience and even win some people back, those are the faces he would use. See, Aiden Ross doesn't represent hip hop. He doesn't represent hip hop fans. He doesn't represent the culture that Drake has spent a lot of time appropriating, a lot of time stealing from. He don't represent any of that. So then you got to ask yourself, why is he using Aiden as part of this rollout? Aiden's been a big part of this, for real. And the only thing that I can come up with is because he's trying to, he doesn't want to cater to that audience anymore. And I think that's if you look at so far, we're going to see what this next Iceman thing is about. And with the song, if he drops another song as part of this Iceman streaming stuff, because I want to see what it sounds like, because I think that for the most part, he might be going a whole different direction with this album. I think that goes back to the Instagram post he made about, having to talk about some things, blah, blah, blah. But I think he might be going a totally different direction than anybody would expect. And so that's why he's not spending time, I guess, going to the usual suspects when it comes to hip hop commentators, hip hop media outlets, because not every outlet was, I guess, critical of him. You know what I'm saying? He has allies, but he's not using them, and he's using somebody that none of us either identify with, or we not only do we not identify, we just plainly don't like him, and that being Adin Ross. So why else would you use him as a mouthpiece?
I just feel like that's cool when you're doing the streaming and gambling thing, because I'm never going to take away from the base that Aiden has.
Mm-hmm.
I'm well aware of his platform.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to music, at a time when your music is probably under the biggest microscope it's ever been under since 2008, yeah, Aiden is the one that you want to talk music with. Like, he's not even Aiden for hip hop. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
like, this is the person that you want to go on stream with. Even I came on here and said that Kai should be number one on that hip hop list, but when it comes down to it, I don't think Kai. I think Kai is a streamer before he's a music person, which is fine. I'm not saying you have to be that whatsoever, but at least like Kai or somebody would have been better to send music to for a reaction, and that would go out to the public.
You know, I really think artists would be better off doing their own streams. I don't understand why they want to collab with these streamers in the first place. Unless it was, I don't know, man. I feel like especially if you're a big artist, maybe if you're a smaller artist, I get it more if you're a smaller artist, right? It's just a lot of risk with very little reward. It seems like how much did it really help any of the artists who come out? Like Kai is Kai. He got a big audience. I think sales wise, it doesn't move the needle all that much. And in fact, hell, if they don't like it, then you really start to you start getting on that risky loss side, right? So I don't understand why artists just don't start streaming their own shit. You know, you ain't even got to be a streamer to do that. Hey, album's gonna be dropping. We having a listen party. Everybody tune in. Make it lit. You know what I'm saying? I don't get why they need to collab in the first place.
This guy?
I don't think.
What do you think that like the first song he ever heard was in his life? Like, and I'm not saying you had to be somewhere like age. I'm just saying I don't even think he like listens to music.
I don't think that Drake anticipated he would mention anything about hearing the album. I don't think that was a part of the plan at all. I think Drake looked like he was actually surprised he even said it. Was like,
I think he was sick about it. He played it off well, but
so this is what I'm saying. So when you say it's the rollout, like I don't think Drake was anticipating Aiden saying anything about the new music, like at all. I think Aiden caught him by surprise by just saying that.
Well, I don't know if he anticipated him saying anything, but there was a stream where Drake even told Aiden he was going to let him listen to the whole project. So this can't be that much of a surprise, man. And for him to say what he said, that being Aiden, Drake wasn't that surprised, man. No, I don't know about that. He told Aiden he was going to let him hear it. So for Aiden to say, I heard it already. Okay. Now, whether or not he said it with enough gusto, that's another thing. But again, look at this face right here. You see this face? And I'm talking about Aiden's face. Does that look like the face of somebody you want promoting if you was promoting a hip hop album? And I got to say this. You think about this whole Iceman rollout and you juxtapose that against the Clips rollout. Man, listen, man, say what you want about the Clips, Rock Nation. I don't care if you like them or not. It is light years ahead of this shit. Look, the only reason why Drake has any steam with this rollout is his fans. I am telling you, he's not bringing in any new fans, man. And he's trying to. That's why he's teaming up with this white guy right here with, you know, on his left. But the Clips brought in not only their usual fans, but new fans. And Rock Nation and them, they did a master class on promotion and marketing. And again, you juxtapose that with Drake's rollout so far, his shit look juvenile almost. You know, it's like a Tubi movie. You know what I mean? Fucking Tubi movie. Like, man, turn this shit off already, please.
Like, I don't think that was part of a plan or a rollout at all. I mean, him and Aiden obviously have a relationship.
Yeah, of course.
And Drake, you know, trust him with his music. So he let him hear some of the music. And Aiden just said it. I mean, I also want to make it clear. I'm not saying Drake being a global superstar. I don't think that the live and die opinion is off like nerdy hip hop people like me whatsoever. I think the Aiden community is a huge part of his fan base to begin with. He's a global superstar. People that are just casual music fans, you need their opinion as well. But I don't know. I just think with everything going on, I would have texted him like, I'm never sending you a fucking untitled link again. How you know that's not what he texted him right there?
It definitely could be. It definitely could be.
You're fried.
Like, dude, things are already on edge no matter what. And the only person that has publicly said that they heard the music, he was like, yeah, no, shit cool. And you not even like that. Like nobody looks to Aiden for fucking
that's why I don't
music
think,
opinions.
That's why I don't think it matters what he said. I don't think that.
No, it just fuels. I would be frustrated because it fuels a narrative that's being carried already coming off everything. That's why I just think with certain, like, just stick to Gam, because he's talked about music with Aiden before and I've never understood it. Like, that shouldn't even be your, I guess, wave with the music side. Keep to gambling, keep to just funny streaming shit with him.
Yeah.
Music, Dog, that should be the last fucking thing that you even speak to that human being about.
Yeah, but it don't matter, man. Drake is,
of course, it's a very small thing.
No, it does matter. It does matter. I mean, he even said it, that Aiden got a huge platform. So whether or not they take that type of stuff serious, it doesn't matter because they're still hearing it. They're still, so if he doesn't seem as excited, it doesn't help to say anything. And it doesn't help others get excited about it. So when you say it doesn't matter, it does matter in the sense that if he doesn't seem enthused about it, why should anybody else be that enthused about it, man? But again, I do think that I can't wait to see what Drake's next song he dropped, because I think he's going a whole different direction. I could be wrong. But if he does go a whole different direction and he kind of goes with a UK type sound, that might be hard, man. You would normally think that Drake could reach at least number one for a week, a debut with an album off the strength of his fan base. But if he goes like full blown, like, experimental UK shit, it'd be interesting to see how the fans respond. You're going to have the stands who won't be genuine about it and lie and say it's great. But based on what we had, these last two drops, if you would think, right, if you're promoting an album, you're doing a rollout, you want to drop your better songs. Now, the Clips dropped some of their top songs, but as we found out when we heard the album, shit, in some sense, that wasn't even the best. There was even better stuff on there, for as far as I'm concerned, songs that I liked better. So you would hope that's the case here, but you got to think these should still be top tier songs, because if you want to drum up anticipation and excitement for the album, you're going to drop some of your better songs. But in all honesty, man, they weren't that good. They just weren't, man. What did I miss? Come on, man. Drake is just using the beef again. And he's trying to play off the victimization thing, So like that song really wasn't that good, And then the other one was Central C, bro. Like, it ain't for me. It ain't for me. It didn't do that well on the chart, so it ain't for a lot of people. So if that's the vein that they're going in, I don't see it working. And Kai Cenat ain't gonna help him. Black Boy Max ain't gonna help him. Maul ain't gonna help him. Ain't nobody gonna help him. And Adin Ross is doing a disservice.
That shit doesn't matter. That shit is very, very small in the bigger scheme of things. But again, him and Aiden have a personal relationship, and Aiden just, wanted people to know he heard the album, for whatever reason. I don't know why he would say that. Like, it is what it is. But
I gotta say this real quick, because I'm gonna forget. I do find it interesting that the only one Drake teams up with is a white guy, but he has all these black faces caping for him, and he hasn't spoken with him. He don't even do a phone-in call. The only time he talked to Academics is when Academics was on the phone with Aiden, the white guy that Drake always be with. I just find it crazy. And I ain't even saying so much it's crazy on Drake part. I'm talking about it's crazy on behalf of the black dudes that just keep caping for him and standing up for him and promoting this shit. He ain't done nothing for you niggas. He can't even get y'all a phone interview. This can even go to the rollouts, how the clips rolled out, how they went on all the media outlets, how they did all the interviews, right? They did everything the way you would expect. Drake ain't doing none of that. Now he can do whatever he want, but I'm just saying it's crazy that he teams up with the white guy. It has nothing to do with hip hop, this space, this culture, anything. But yet you got nothing but black faces be the main platforms keeping for him the hardest, yo. When you and he can't even do a phone interview. He can't even do a Zoom call. Niggas can't even get a Zoom call. Like, you put him up on the big screen. Hey Drake, what's up? You can't even get that, and they cape from the hardest, man. That's like some of the most sickening shit to me. Is that I could see if these platforms had not even an interview. Drake don't even got to come in. Maybe you do a phone call with him. Maybe he, again, you could do a fucking Zoom call. I don't know. Do something, but it's like he don't fuck with y'all. And so that leads me to believe, man, it gotta be like a money thing, or like being paid. Cause why else y'all cape so hard for this dude? And he by all the signs, he ain't even fucking with none of y'all for real, for real. Yeah, they gotta be getting paid or something, man. They're getting something out of it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that does anything negative for the rollout. I don't think it does anything negative for the way people are going to receive the music. Once they have the music, which is what they seem to do with any Drake album over the years, is they'll love it. It's that simple. Like I don't think anything changes.
Drake should be extremely intentional with every move he's about to make, and I just don't think that's the one. Because even like,
but how is that a? Why you keep saying Drake's move? That's not a Drake move. That's
even
Aiden just saying he heard.
Let me lay my point. Even back in the day, like I remember, and I'm not spilling any news per se. There was a time where there was a Drake Dropbox that had just been sent to so many fucking people that they were just uploading music. Like I heard half of CLB because there was just a Dropbox that was just being shared everywhere because he was sending it to certain people. And I'm not saying Aiden wouldn't hold it down or anything like that, but like you're dealing with people that would be more on the side of, hey, I have this than, hey, let me hear it. And to me, that's a problem in this time. That's all.
I understand. Yeah, I get it.
But I don't know. I'm looking forward to Iceman. I put out something literally just now. I don't know if this is a trailer for a tour coming to a city near you with a bunch of tour footage. What did I miss in the background? If he's already announcing a tour for Iceman, and I don't know if that's the case here, I would assume Iceman would be coming out Friday. Like, if you putting out a tour announcement?
I'm going to go on the side of this is probably a visual movie going to be available in theaters.
Okay.
So people that aren't at the shows overseas can get a glimpse of the show, can watch the show, maybe stream it at some point. Look at all the production that's going into the show, the set, that behind the scenes in-depth look of a Drake show. I think this is probably going to be like one of those like a short film type of thing.
I mean, I'd love that type of stuff. I actually kind of miss, not so much like Fade to Black, but just like that used to be a thing for huge artists where their concerts would be in movie theaters.
Yeah.
If you couldn't catch it. So if that's the case, I think that's a great idea.
I would like that. I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
Some different shit, cool shit.
For sure.
All right. So that's it for that. Look, Drake is Drake. He has a huge fan base. And I think at the moment he's being carried by that fan base. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with being carried by your fan base, but I think at some point it's going to lose steam, and it's happening. It's already, I don't want to say at some point, it's already happening. Just judging from I'm judging by the songs that have been put out. Yes, they made the charts, but they didn't do that well. Y'all got to admit that. They haven't. And if those are some of the best songs from this coming album, fans should be kind of worried, bro. Fans should be kind of worried. Now, something else he's been doing, of course, trying to garner more sympathy, is he came out on stage, right? In this bullshit. Check this out, y'all. So he comes out in this jacket, says, "I know what they did last summer." It's bull, bro. Bro, what did they do, Drake? What did they do, Drake? What did they do? What did you do last summer? That's the question. What did you do last summer? Between this and that whole Kojo thing, the Kojo Asamoah thing, I know Vil did something on that. The question is whether Kojo is real or not. As far as I know, I think Kojo's real. There's something, what's the dirt's getting grinded up because he's posting this document that got dates of something dropping like right after Family Matters. So there's some contradictions there. To me, if you ask me, I think it's all a distraction on purpose. I think this is part of Drake's PR strategy. I think the Kojo thing is something they wanted to put out there. It's a distraction. Look, Drake and them needs to keep the people's confidence that what he's doing is the right thing, especially his fan base. And so they take these small things, Kojo, the wearing of the jacket. It's all psychology. Let's take this. Let's make it into something. It's a distraction, though. It's a distraction. What is it distracting from? Number one, it's distracted from the fact that the case is bullshit, and at the end of the day, most likely not going to win. I'm not going to say 100%, most likely not. It's to make him look like he's fighting for something. That again, the victimization thing, like he's the victim of the system. He's the victim of all these people who have gone against him. So they're leaning into this. They're really, really leaning really hard into this victim thing. Okay. And you can tell that by now at this point, they are all in. We're the victim. We're going up against this juggernaut. They did us dirty. That's the only reason we lost. And it plays well for his fan base, but not so well for everybody else because we know better. And I think that's what they're missing is that they think people look what you can get, what you can pull the wool over the eyes of your stands because they're not thinking logically. But you can't do that with everybody else. And again, those stands in them, they're only going to take you so far. I know what you did last summer, nigga. We know what you did last summer. We know what happened last summer. You got your ass kicked in a rap battle and then subsequently sued, right? It ain't got shit to do with UMG. Nobody cares about a bot on this or a bot on that. Or the fact of the matter is you're only in this place because you decided to sue because you didn't get what you want and you didn't like the outcome of the situation. Plain and simple. But they're leaning heavy in on this and the whole Kojo thing, whether he's real or not, it doesn't matter. This is all the distraction. This jacket was worn specifically after the Kojo thing as part of the distraction and as part of the victim image. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. The Kojo thing come out. We're going to run with that. You know, put that out there on all the socials. Have the pages posted. Looks like he's the linchpin, right? It's fucking, he ain't the linchpin of this case. Boom. Come out on stage with the jacket. Again, it's to make Drake look like he's some hero fighter going up against the juggernaut, and it's all bullshit. He wants nothing to do really with US artists, none of that, which is why he's staying away from everybody. And it's crazy to me that these black faces will see him team up with all these white streamers and all these other people. And there ain't nothing wrong with white people. I'm not saying it in that sense, but see him team up with all them, curb the rest of them, can't even do a phone call and still rap so hard. It's crazy to me, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll check y'all on the next one.